What's up guys, thanks for joining me. Today we're looking at the top 5 reasons why you need to own Bitcoin. So we're going to get straight into this one. I'm going to go straight into my top 5 reasons why I believe you should buy Bitcoin, especially now at the end of 2020. There's a lot going on in terms of unstable economics, unstable politics, who knows what's going on. It's important to buy Bitcoin, and you're going to find out with these top 5 reasons. Oh, one little thing before I do get right in, it would mean so much if you could just smash the like button. That really will help the video, help my channel out. And of course, if you do want to be kept informed with other investment content, I talk about Bitcoin, gold, stocks, high growth, dividend stocks, all that good stuff there. Make sure to subscribe, that way you'll be kept informed when I post. Let's get straight into this one. Top 5 reasons to buy Bitcoin. Reason number 1, it is a non-inflationary asset. What do I mean by that? Well, fiat currency is your US dollars, your euros, your yuan, your pound, and all the government issued currencies, they're called fiat currencies. They're all inflationary. That means governments, central banks can print them as they need to stimulate an economy or to fulfill a need of debt in a certain market. So the way money is created is through debt, through loans. And what happens to the existing currency, the fiat money in an economy, the more that's printed of it, the less valuable the current money supply is. It's simple mathematics, really. Another reason why Bitcoin is non-inflammatory is the inherent nature and scarcity of Bitcoin. For example, it needs to be mined, albeit digitally, it still has a cost attached to that and a proof of work, very much like gold mining, the physical sense, where you need labor and time to bring that gold out of the ground. The same is to be said about mining Bitcoin, where it's not labor intensive. It requires an awful lot of energy to mine a Bitcoin, and I won't go into the technicals about Bitcoin mining and hash rates and all that. It's probably one for another video, a bit technical. Let's stick to the top 5 reasons why you should buy it. But the point is, Bitcoin only has a finite supply. There can only ever be a certain amount of Bitcoin, where fiat currencies can be printed to the moon. There's just no limit. It's kind of what's been happening at the moment. Reason number 2 on my top 5 reasons why you should buy Bitcoin. It is a great store of value. It's entirely independent from any central party like a bank or a government. The person that buys and holds the Bitcoin owns the Bitcoin, providing they have the keys to that wallet. That value can be sent anywhere in the world at a few clicks of a button or a mouse. This can be done entirely effortlessly, extremely cheaply as well. People that want to send large sums of money abroad have transaction fees, red tape, government, etc. If you're sending Bitcoin in large amounts, it's very cheap and seamless. Reason number 3, Bitcoin cannot be frozen, confiscated by a government or a central bank. There have been periods throughout time where central banks and governments have interfered with people's personal money. I say personal money, it's government owned money, it's digits in a bank account. They can't do that with Bitcoin because it's independent. They don't own it, they don't have control over it. In fact, no one does. It's a peer-to-peer money and it's owned by the network. No one has access to the network. It's owned by a trust of millions of people transacting Bitcoin on the ledger. Again, getting a little bit technical, so I won't dive into that right now. But the point is, it's your money, you own it. Top reason number 4 why you should buy Bitcoin. It's a new asset class that has been proven. So Bitcoin's been around now over 10 years. In fact, it started 2009. No one quite knows of its origins, but it's very much sort of agreed within the crypto community that it was Satoshi Nakamoto, or a gentleman named Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know who he is, who knows, but it was created just over 10 years ago, and it's very much been proven as a store of value. It's very much been proven as a rising asset class. And now we've got companies, very well-known names like PayPal, that are behind Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, where you can buy, store, and hold cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I believe XRP. PayPal have got behind to say, yes, we accept cryptocurrency, we believe in its future. You can trade it with us, buy it through us, hold it with us, deposit it to your bank account into fiat money with us. PayPal are one of the first to do this, but it's only a matter of time, I believe, before we see companies like Amazon, Uber, Fiverr, Airbnb, who knows? Any company that require transactions online, which let's be honest is just everyone in 2020 and going forward. And that's just talking about it as a use of money. Obviously, the Bitcoin price has been volatile since its beginnings over 11, 12 years ago. So it's very difficult to use it as money because the value of the money changes. That is the nature of a new asset like Bitcoin. It has started to stabilize, albeit still a very volatile asset. But as it becomes less volatile, it's likely we're going to see more institutional money, the fund manager money, the big money come into Bitcoin. Investors aren't getting much return in the banks, in the bonds. It's 0% interest. I mean, people will want some exposure to Bitcoin, even if it's a minute exposure. Even if people say, I want 1% of my wealth in Bitcoin, that would just change the game for Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong, there is a chance that, Bitcoin might not be part of our overall future. I think it's very much proven itself that it's going to be here to stay. So as part of it being a new asset class is the what if. You don't need to have a big exposure into Bitcoin, because if it's here to stay, it's going to do very, very well. It's worth just being part of it. All right, guys, reason number 5, it's hypergrowth and it appreciating in value. It's to make some money. Let's be honest, with all the reasons I mentioned before, this is why the price of Bitcoin has been going up and up and up, thousands, 10,000s of percent increases over the years. And although it's probably unlikely we see the same 1000x kind of returns that we have since it started, there's still going to be some big gains. And when I say big, I mean far greater than you'll see in stocks or gold or silver, or certainly the bond market or savings account, property, real estate. It's still a very, very new concept to most people. Although, you're on YouTube, you're probably someone that's 30, 40 something, maybe 20 something, maybe in your teens. You would have heard of Bitcoin, but so many people haven't, guys. It's still such a new technology, the blockchain technology. It hasn't been in mass adoption, and the chances are that in some way, shape or form it will be adopted rapidly over the next few years, particularly in the situation we're in now. So they're the top 5 reasons, but I really wanted to highlight just before we end the video, because I think this is important, why it's important to buy it now. Now, I've obviously given my reasons as to why it's important to own, but more importantly, we're in a time at the moment where politics and the economy has never really been as uncertain. Well, they haven't been like this, let's say, in a long time. People are kind of referring to this point in time very much like the 1930 Great Depression. Now, obviously, none of us were around to experience that, but if you have done any reading about it or know your history, you'll know that it was a very, very bleak time in history. So financially, we are in a similar situation to that now. Governments are having to print money through the roof. Interest rates are at rock bottom lows. People are worried about the power and the value of currencies, particularly with the US dollar, albeit the reserve currency of the world. The more they're printing of it, the less value it's going to be. With Bitcoin, you're hedging against that. Obviously, a new president-elect with Joe Biden and Democrats typically spend more money, like government spending, public spending. That's only going to drive the value of the dollar down further with the more currency they have to create and print. So that's why I believe it's never been a better time to buy Bitcoin. If you think about it, when we've had the previous credit crisis, the recession of 08, 09, Bitcoin wasn't really about. It certainly wasn't about when the Great Depression happened and other difficult economic times. So it's going to be really interesting to see what does happen over the next coming years with Bitcoin. So yeah, that's why I believe you need to buy Bitcoin, have some exposure to it. If you don't already have Bitcoin or you don't know where to buy Bitcoin from, you can't go wrong with buying it through Coinbase. They're one of the biggest, safest, best platforms. I'll leave a link in the description below. I think signing up through this link, we both get maybe like $10 or something like that, but click on the link and you'll find out. It is an affiliate link. I know I get something, but you don't have to use my link. It's just I recommend you use Coinbase, so I'll put the link in there anyway. Oh, and guys, for those that have been watching my videos lately, you'll know that I'm running a bit of a competition at the moment. If you comment on my video, like the video and subscribe, you'll be entered in the chance to win $100, which I'll be announcing on my Instagram at the end of the month. My Instagram handle is Marzel _money. So all you simply need to do on this video is comment below I love Bitcoin, or you could put I love BTC, that's also fine, and you'll be entered in the competition to win $100 at the end of the month. Do make sure you remember to like the video, subscribe and comment below. Thanks so much for joining me guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, bye.